Today, it's my pleasure that the Crown Point Fire Department has been awarded $2.26 million. This is under the SAFER grant, which stands for Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response. This is a $560 million FEMA grant. We are the only Northwest Indiana agency that received this grant, so credit to our fire department here for doing that. Emergency services, you know, we have in the city of Crown Point, a long history of being pretty aggressive with our grant applications. We've been very successful with receiving grant awards. This is obviously a very significant amount. Will have enormous impact on the fire department and the city's ability to properly staff our fire department and emergency services for not only the next 3 years, but for many years to come after that. This also, as we all know, then saves the city taxpayers over $2 million, which is an enormous break. We can then use that money elsewhere, either for emergency services or to supply city resources. And you know, the city continues to expand with our growth, it is absolutely vital that we keep up our city resources with that growth. So emergency services, in this case the fire department, is like every other department. We have to give them the staffing and we have to give them the tools to properly do their job and what we're called upon them to do. This grant allows us to hire 7 additional firefighters, and the unique part of this grant is it's 100% salaries and benefits with no additional costs on the city's part. That's kind of a unique component to the grant. With that additional staffing, and the fire chief will explain to you how he's going to use in his plan and why he asked for 7 and how it's going to be implemented within the fire department. But the 2 key components are, as I said, as the city continues to grow, we have a responsibility, and we do, to be able to manage and protect our resources. These businesses that come in, for example, invest an enormous amount of investment capital in our city. So we have to assure them that should they be in need of our fire assistance, that we're there. And also our citizens and our visitors here, that we have, in case they're in need of a medical crisis, we have the first-rate ambulance and EMS division that we can properly assist them as well. So like with any grant, this all starts on the federal level. The city of Crown Point, and I can assure you, every police department, every fire department, we rely so much on federal grants and funding. But we can't do it unless the federal government starts. It starts with them. So I want to thank Representative Mervan. He has a long history in our field of supporting emergency services. I know he was very active in help securing this $560 million grant. And just as a side note, he also was supportive, and last year the police department received a hiring grant of their own, with Representative Mervan offering a letter of support for that. So that was another successful award for staffing that we got. So thank you for that.